Big news in the world of women's basketball.
Especially if you're a Caitlin Clark fan, you're hoping to see her on Team USA in 2028.
Sue Bird would be taking over as the managing director of Team USA women's basketball. Basically, be responsible for the rosters and the coaching staff. This is a huge, enormous achievement.
In a stunning shakeup no one saw coming, the same committee that kept Caitlin Clark off Team USA has just been wiped out, fired, replaced, and taking control? Sue Bird, a fierce Caitlin supporter with full power to choose the next Olympic roster.
Sue Bird to become the managing director for the USA women's national team, be responsible for the rosters and the coaching staff. This is a huge, enormous achievement. She won 5 gold medals herself and is just known as a winner at every level. So shouts out to Sue for that. So somehow Nike is probably tied into all this as well. I don't know who Sue Bird had her endorsements with throughout her career, but Nike is very hand in hand with USA basketball.
That's right. Caitlin Clark is finally on track to wear red, white, and blue. And this time, no one can stop her.
Y'all expect Caitlin Clark to make it. I'm sure the NBA expects Caitlin Clark to make it. When the commissioner of the league, when he comes out and says it was a great miss for women's basketball to have left Caitlin Clark off the team.
If you believe Caitlin belongs on Team USA, drop a CC 100 in the comments to show your support. Let's make sure they hear us loud and clear.
Sue Bird, she will put Caitlin Clark on that team. Caitlin Clark would have made it regardless because I expect her to be the Jordan of the game.
Disappointing activity that compounded Caitlin Clark's rookie year.
For months, fans were outraged, analysts were baffled, and even NBA executives were stunned.
The National Basketball Association, the NBA, the commissioner, Adam Silver, he came right out and said, I wouldn't have left Caitlin Clark off that team.
How could the most talked about player in women's basketball be left off Team USA? Caitlin Clark didn't just have the numbers. She had the momentum.
Let's take a look at the numbers before the first half. So you can see before the Olympic break, 17 points a game, 8 assists, 5 rebounds, and went up to 23.5 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds. Statistically, there is no, hey, we just didn't think she was good enough.
The audience, the star power, and the opportunity to elevate women's basketball on a global scale. And yet the selection committee, led by names like Dawn Staley, Jennifer Rosati, and Cheryl Reeve, chose to ignore all of that.
Jen Rosati and Dawn Staley and all those folks that Cheryl Reeve, who had a hand in Caitlin Clark not making Team USA last year in the Olympics. It looks like they may be, now Cheryl Reeve's still there, but the actual committee looks like they may be gone.
They handed a roster spot to aging veterans like Diana Taurasi, who brought almost no production to the Olympic floor. In one game, Taurasi didn't even check in. In another, she scored 2 points. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, a player who regularly drops double-doubles and breaks records, was watching from home. The reasoning? Politics. Excuses like not enough Team USA camp experience were tossed around, but fans weren't buying it. Even NBA Commissioner Adam Silver publicly called it a mistake, saying women's basketball dropped the ball by leaving Caitlin Clark off that team.
Caitlin wasn't on the team last year, I think drew enormous criticism, especially for the guard play. By the time the gold medal game played, nearly all the guards were unplayable, and Cheryl was having trouble just checking people in the game at a decent time. I can remember Sabrina Ionescu not getting in until about the third quarter, and they were just screaming for someone that could dribble, pass, and shoot. So
now fast forward, that same committee, they're out, gone, fired, stripped of their power. USA Basketball has scrapped the outdated system that relied on backroom alliances and loyalty picks, and replacing it is a real leader, someone with a proven track record of excellence, and someone who recognizes what Caitlin Clark brings to the sport.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
The tide has turned, and this is more than just a staff change. It's a massive course correction. Because the truth is, Caitlin Clark's absence from Team USA wasn't just bad optics. It was sabotage.
They said alongly with nearly losing the gold medal game to France, the U.S. women's team was caught up in controversy leading up to the Olympics because Caitlin Clark was not on the team.
Sabotage of the team's brand, its marketability, and its connection to the next generation of fans. But that door, once slammed shut, has just been blown wide open. The power players who blocked her are no longer calling the shots. This is the justice fans demanded. This is the start of a new chapter. When Caitlin Clark was snubbed from Team USA, the backlash wasn't just loud, it was seismic. Social media exploded.
They were getting criticized by not just fans, but people involved in basketball at a very high level that were outside of the WNBA.
Sponsors were stunned. Sports analysts questioned the very credibility of USA basketball's decision makers. And buried beneath the politics was a hard truth. The system was broken. But now that system has been dismantled. And in its place stands a name synonymous with winning, respect, and most importantly, change. Sue Bird.
You want somebody that is very well liked. You want somebody that can cross bridges, that really won't be loyal to specific alliances. Now, whether you think, Sue Bird, I feel like Sue Bird is, definitely going to be a, there will be some UConnism in there. Like they're always going to probably get a little bit of love on this, and UConn produces plenty of great players, but this thing is UConn now, kind of.
Sue Bird isn't just a former player. She's a 5-time Olympic gold medalist. She's respected on every level of the game, from locker rooms to boardrooms. And now she's the new managing director of USA Women's Basketball, a position that gives her total control over who makes the team and who coaches it. The old committee, they had to debate and compromise. Sue, she decides, one voice, one vision.
They will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Everybody now has an opportunity to pull up their chair and have a seat.
Who's going to be the next face of the NBA? We don't get to decide that. The marketplace decides that. The people have chosen Caitlin Clark. It's an intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. Mm-hmm. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign it.
There have always been the dominant teams. There is UConn. There is South Carolina. I think that the fact that Caitlin Clark started on a team that did not have mind-blowing talent existing and brought that team to a championship really says something about you as a player. And when you are ranking players, you are ranking them as an individual unit rather than a team.
Caitlin Clark is becoming the best player in the entire WNBA, not because she's white, because she's that good. She's having Larry Bird impact. She's been the driving force of the hottest team in the entire league, despite her record turnovers. Why? Because she's that good. She's legit good. She's colorblind good. She's guilt-free good. She's apolitically good.
And that vision includes the next generation of stars, led by Caitlin Clark. Unlike the gatekeepers before her, Sue Bird has consistently supported Caitlin, even when it wasn't popular to do so. While others stayed quiet or sided with the old guard, Sue Bird saw what the world already knew. Caitlin Clark is not just good, she's transformative. She draws massive crowds, sells out arenas, and captures attention the women's game has never seen before. Her presence isn't just good for basketball, it's essential for its future. And this move by USA Basketball wasn't just about filling a job, it was about rewriting the rules.
I think that experiencing it, I love Caitlin Clark fans, but Caitlin Clark fans is different. They like C-Square, shout out to the gang, like different. They are very passionate people, and like they gonna ride or die. Like
listen, Caitlin Clark is a god to her friends. She does no wrong. Do not play. Do not play with her fans.
Just to say C-Square, I'm happy I'm on the right end of it.
We on the right end of the stick,
man,
baby, because they
hate to be.
Listen,
because
they love us right now. But if we go right left, it's over for us.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark fans, I love you back. I promise. Please stop.
Yeah.
Like her fan, but like the one thing I would say about Caitlin Clark fans that I can't appreciate, they'll go anywhere she go.
Oh, they gonna travel.
She
gonna travel.
And
right there. Right
I
there
just
with
think
her.
like it's super dope though, because it's like they would literally go anywhere she go, and so she's built that kind of platform. I'm like, damn, that's lit.
On the men's side, a single managing director has long held the power to build Olympic rosters. Jerry Colangelo and now Grant Hill. The system works. It produces gold medals. Now the women's program is finally catching up. Bird's appointment sends a clear message. No more backdoor deals, no more favoritism, no more loyalty picks. And here's the kicker. Sue Bird doesn't owe anyone in that old regime a single thing. In fact, she's stepping into this role with the freedom to reset the culture entirely. That means aging legends won't be gifted roster spots. That means youth, skill, and potential will finally be prioritized. And that means the question is no longer, will Caitlin Clark make Team USA? It's how big will her role be? Bird's appointment also creates hope for other rising stars. Alongside Caitlin, names like Angel Reese, Paige Bueckers, Juju Watkins, and more are suddenly in the mix.
Well, Paige Bueckers and the entire whoever's playing in the league that came from UConn just made the squad. Okay, maybe, but Sue Bird's been a vocal supporter of Caitlin Clark.
This is the birth of a new dynasty, and Sue Bird is building it around the future, not the past.
She's going to have the responsibility to pick a new coach, because there's no way in hell that Cheryl Reeve can come back from that 1-point victory. They almost lost that game to France.
Center of it all is the player they tried so hard to keep off the biggest stage, Caitlin Clark. But not anymore. With Sue Bird running the show, the politics are over. The numbers matter, the fans matter, and Caitlin Clark finally matters. This moment isn't just about Caitlin Clark finally getting her Team USA jersey. It's about rewriting the playbook for the future of women's basketball. For decades, the national team operated like a private club where selections were based more on legacy, personal loyalty, and politics than performance. Caitlin's exclusion last year exposed that deeply flawed system. But now with the committee gone and Sue Bird in charge, we're witnessing a historic turning point, and Caitlin Clark is leading the charge. Her absence wasn't just a roster mistake. It was a lost opportunity on the world's biggest sports stage. Fans across the globe were ready to rally behind her. TV networks were hungry for the ratings boost. Brands saw the marketing goldmine, and yet the committee turned their backs on all of it, choosing experience over explosion, tradition over transformation. But let's be honest, Caitlin Clark isn't just a basketball player. She's a cultural force. Her college games were breaking viewership records that even men's March Madness hadn't touched in years. Her transition to the WNBA brought a surge in jersey sales, ticket demand, and national media coverage that no rookie in recent memory has matched. We're talking about a generational talent, and more importantly, a once-in-a-generation opportunity to push women's basketball into mainstream relevance. And fans, they're not just watching, they're invested. The moment her name was left off that Olympic roster, millions of viewers felt personally insulted. It wasn't just a snub to Caitlin, it was a snub to everyone who believed in the future of the game.
This young player has come into our game, and she's getting way more respect and all that stuff than we are. As she should. The young girl is a baller. The young girl has people watching because of the way she can shoot this basketball like Steph Curry. Steph Curry can't dunk. Steph Curry don't do none of that in the game. He can probably dunk by himself, but he don't really do none of that in the game. He is a shooter, and fans tune in to see Steph Curry.
The league wasn't ready for her last year. They just weren't prepared. Yeah. She was prepared.
She's had a full offseason now to rest.
No. She's going to be great. The league just didn't know what to do.
Get the MVP tickets in, just bet them to win the championship. It's fun. And then you get to watch all her games. national
If I was the
TV games.
WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark games. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
That decision didn't just affect Caitlin Clark's Olympic dreams, it damaged the credibility of USA basketball and alienated the very audience they claimed they wanted to grow. But now the door is open, and not just for Caitlin. Her inclusion paves the way for a new generation of stars to rise. Angel Reese, Paige Buchers, Juju Watkins, players who are young, dynamic, and already building massive followings. These aren't just athletes. They're storytellers, influencers, and role models who connect with fans in ways the old guard never could. And here's the bigger picture. Team USA isn't just about winning gold anymore. It's about growing the game. It's about filling arenas, increasing global visibility, and creating a future where women's basketball doesn't just survive, it thrives. That starts with putting the right players on the floor. Not the politically safe picks, not the past their prime vets, but the players who ignite excitement and dominate on the court. Caitlin Clark isn't just one of those players, she's the player. So yes, this is about a roster spot, but it's also about legacy, about growth, about finally giving the next generation the platform they've earned. With Sue Bird in power and the old regime gone, we are witnessing a complete reset. And make no mistake, Caitlin Clark is the face of that reset, because this time it's not about politics, it's about performance. And Caitlin Clark, she's already proved she belongs.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
The message is loud and clear. The old system is dead, and the future is finally in motion. Caitlin Clark is no longer waiting for an invitation. She's earned her spot, and this time, the door can't be slammed shut. With Sue Bird at the helm, Team USA isn't just building a roster, it's building a revolution. One that puts talent first. One that puts Caitlin Clark front and center. This isn't just a comeback, it's a correction. The people who tried to keep her out, gone. The people who believe in her, now in charge. And the fans, more united than ever. If you believe Caitlin Clark is the future of Team USA, show your support and comment CC100 below. Let's send a message they can't ignore. The era of sidelining greatness is over. Caitlin Clark is coming for that Olympic gold. And this time, nothing's stopping her.